After the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes won the 2025 King of the Ring at Night of Champions, it looks like he is on a collision course with the reigning, defending, undisputed WWE Champion John Cena for a rematch of their WrestleMania main event from this past April. However, unlike many other matches that we've seen from WWE in recent memory, this one has the chance to correct a massive problem that WWE has dealt with ever since WrestleMania. At one point, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes felt like it was a can't-fail feud and went on to become arguably one of the worst endings to a WrestleMania we've ever seen. And in this video, I'm going to discuss how we got here and how exactly WWE managed to mess up one of the most clear-cut, easy-to-tell stories they have ever had the chance to tell. And I'm going to talk about how WWE should book the main event of SummerSlam 2025. All that and much more coming up right here in this video, so be sure to smash that thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. I'm Omer Q for Real Take Wrestling. Let's dive in. As I said before, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes in the main event of WrestleMania felt like it was a match too big to fail. It was coming off of one of the most genuinely huge moments in the history of professional wrestling. After nearly 2 decades at the top of WWE as its best babyface, John Cena did the impossible, leaning in to the request of fans, leaning in to the hate, and finally turning heel. And when this happened, I remember being on the edge of my seat at Elimination Chamber in Toronto, being absolutely enthralled with what I saw. We genuinely witnessed one of the greatest moments in the history of WWE, hell, in the history of professional wrestling. John Cena had turned heel. There were comparisons to Hulk Hogan and the NWO. There were comparisons to Bruno Sammartino losing the WWE Championship back in the 1970s. There were so many things that people were comparing this to, and the heights that this could have achieved were limitless. That is how big this moment was. You add on top of that The Rock's involvement in this story and the fact that they had this pop culture icon, Travis Scott. It genuinely felt like they were going down the NWO trail. It felt like we're going to get like Rodman in the 90s, Travis Scott in the 2020s. Like, it makes sense, right? Well, that's what people expected. That is not the story that was told. And in fact, the story that was told is arguably one of the biggest disappointments in the history of WWE, because not only did WWE proceed to have John Cena come out after that alone, no Rock, no Travis Scott, no subsequent aura off of that, they just had him come out and cut John Cena promos, except this time he hates the audience. There was virtually no difference in cadence, virtually no difference in the manner in which he delivered it. He just doesn't like the people because they were mean to him. Okay? There's some meta there that you could definitely get into, but at the end of the day, the story was going to be about Cody and Cena. And that's what we all came to see. That's what we were all excited for. And over the next couple of weeks in between Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania, we were going to get some good stuff, right? Well, that's not what happened. That's not what happened at all. Instead, we received one of the most phoned-in builds to WrestleMania I have ever seen. I don't think that there's been a big match like this with two competitors that you can genuinely say are two of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time. John Cena, the 16-time world champion, headlined WrestleMania time after time, and Cody Rhodes, the man who has completely rewritten the trajectory of professional wrestling by his mere existence, by helping start AEW, by returning to WWE, and by finishing one of the best stories that WWE has told. There is so much you could have done with these two, and instead, they just had John Cena say that he was going to ruin wrestling by taking the WWE Championship. And then Cody was like, I won't let you take it away from these people because that belt matters for reasons. Was not good, guys. Let's not kid ourselves. And what was even worse was the way the main event went down. Because instead of them going out there and doing what I think a lot of people expected, which was pomp, circumstance, doing a storytelling match, they went on to have a very average to below average in some people's minds wrestling match that proved that John Cena truly was not the wrestler that he once was, and that Cody was not capable of carrying him to that level. This was not a good match, and you add on top of that the disappointment of not having The Rock, the disappointment of Travis Scott stealing the spotlight and that entrance taking like 5 minutes or whatever the hell it was, and Cody being cheated, ref bumps, and a beginning of a formula that we've seen for John Cena matches that would follow. I think looking back, that main event is somehow even worse than it was on that night. And many people view it as one of the biggest duds, one of the biggest missed opportunities that WWE has had. And now they look to correct it because it looks like they are on a collision course with John Cena and Cody Rhodes in the main event of SummerSlam. And if I am looking at this, there is only one outcome possible. At the end of the night, Cody Rhodes must walk out as the WWE champion. The John Cena heel turn has failed. It has failed in one of the most epic fashions I have ever seen, and honestly, also one of the most boring fashions I've ever seen. It's John Cena's last year. We should be excited at the mere mention of his name. We should be excited about his face being on posters. We should be excited to show up and pay our respects to one of the most impactful professional wrestlers of all time. And instead, it feels like what he's doing has no direction, doesn't matter. And even by his own admission recently in an interview, he is not cutting promos that he feels like are good. So if that is all happening, you need to change the formula. And at this point, I think there is no version of the John Cena heel character that can work. WWE's bungled it beyond repair. What you do is, I think you turn John Cena babyface at SummerSlam. Now, part of that could be doing the interesting thing of turning Cody Rhodes into a heel and doing a bit of a double turn. I think that would be insane moment and could have the potential for great storytelling. But again, we've seen how WWE did it with WrestleMania with John Cena. I'm not too confident in their ability to do it here. But the point is, I think what you need to have happen is we go through all of the bells and whistles one more time. No run-ins, though. I'm really hating the run-ins in WWE main events. Don't get me started. But ref bump. John Cena goes to do the low blow, and he gets caught. And then Cody does what he was unable to do at WrestleMania. He takes that WWE Championship, and instead of hesitating, instead of lowering his arms like the biggest idiot in the world, he takes that belt and he clobbers John Cena. And this doesn't even require a full-on Cody Rhodes heel turn to pull off. I think there is a story to be told of Cody getting his edge back. This was something that he had in his feud with AJ Styles that WWE never really went back to. But I think it's an important part of his character. Cody, wherever he's been ever since he left WWE in 2016, has always had some sort of an edge. And it's when he lost that edge when he became a less compelling character. So I think Cody being capable of virtually anything, even as a babyface, is a good thing because he's someone who is going to fight with every fiber of his being for the right thing. Now, you could also turn it on its head completely and do a double turn, and I would very much enjoy that. And at the end of the night, as Cody and John Cena look at each other, and John Cena maybe looking at the error of his ways goes to shake Cody's hand, and then Cody hits him with a low blow, and it would give John Cena to finish out his career playing the hits as a babyface, as a finally beloved figure in professional wrestling. Something that at one point was dreamed as unbelievable, but is now a genuine reality. You have to turn John Cena babyface. It is the only way. Let the man end his career playing the hits. Let him end his career doing his 5 moves of doom. And let him end his career entertaining us with us behind him. That is what we can do with this John Cena heel turn. That is how you save the last remaining months of John Cena's career. And that is how I think you get Cody Rhodes as well back on track. Now, will they do it? There's a lot that's going to happen between now and SummerSlam. I guess we'll see. Let me know in the comment section, though, what you guys think. Do you think John Cena will lose at SummerSlam? Do you think Cody's going to retain? Or do you think something crazy is going to happen like Seth Rollins cashing in his Money in the Bank? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, be sure to smash that thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. I'm Omer Q for Real Take Wrestling. Be happy, be healthy, and as always, keep it real.